Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a wine and sip painting type thing with Bobbi Rosé because, I don't know, I like Bob Ross and there's not a girl version of him, so hey, I came to do that service for you. Today we are going to be trying to paint something like this. I didn't paint it. I should have painted it last night, but I didn't feel like it. I wanted to sleep instead, so hopefully you guys can understand. But today we're going to be trying to paint a keyhole. Inside of the keyhole, I'm going to have kind of like a light blue and like white clouds in the background. And then in this middle part is going to be the actual lock portion, which is typically gold or silver. In this case, I'm going to have it be gold, which then I was going to have the background as a door, which was going to be red. I thought all those colors would be very pretty and they would contrast against each other enough to where it would still be pleasing to the eye, but still be eye-catching. If that makes sense. Anyway, I don't know, I figured like why not, let's have a little wine sip thing because I really do enjoy painting. I've also been pre-gaming. I've been sipping some wine. I stuttered. Some wine. We are not sponsored. Today we're gonna be drinking some, it's rosé wine. You have to be on brand because I'm Bobbi Rosé, but anyway. It's called Psych. I got it at Kroger. I don't know if you can get it at like a lot of stores or not, but I got it at Kroger for pretty cheap, under 20 bucks, let's say, because I would not spend more. Basically today I wanted to do like a paint and sip type thing because can't really do that right now and I really enjoy doing both, so I figured why not bring that to this channel. And I thought that you guys can join in too if you guys have a canvas or anything like that at home. You guys can get creative and paint on other surfaces, whatever you want to do. You don't even have to paint what I'm painting, you can paint whatever you want. We can just vibe out together because I don't know, I really enjoy doing stuff like this typically in my free time anyway. So I wanted to share that moment with you. But anyway, since I enjoy doing all this stuff so much, I figured why not be bougie about it. So I made myself like a little cheese platter tray thing. I wanted to show you guys because I'm really proud. Look at that, guys! Stacked the crackers, the Triscuits, and some cold jack cheese. And I cut up some strawberries. Anyway, pretty cute, huh? My stomach kind of hurts. To accomplish what I'm trying to do today, you're gonna need at least a canvas. It doesn't have to be a specific canvas size or anything like that. It doesn't have to be anything like this. It can just be a piece of glass or whatever. You can get creative. That's the point of art. Then on top of that, you're gonna need red, yellow, blue, white, black, and if you want to get fancy, gold paint, which you don't have to. You can make your own gold, but whatever. I'm going to have gold specifically just for the middle part. On top of that, you'll need, what is this called? Paint mixer palettes? I don't fucking know. On top of that, you'll need paintbrushes. To be honest, I would say you should probably have at least one for each color. You don't have to have one for each color, but God, I'm a fucking mess. Oh wait, I almost forgot. You guys need a pencil too with an eraser on it, just because before I actually start putting paint down on the canvas, I like to sketch out where I'm going to put certain objects, just so I have an idea of whether things are going to be balanced or not. But I'll show you my little trick on how to do that here in a second. So let's get started. Hold on, let me get my sippy sip on before I painty paint. I didn't think of anything else to rhyme. That's unfortunate. So to kind of get started, what I like to typically do is section off my canvas by splitting it in the middle on both ends. So from like top to bottom and side to side. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by doing that with using my pencil. This is my first time doing this with like on camera, but I don't want to block the view either. So I'm just kind of splitting it in half. It honestly does not have to be perfect, as you can tell. This is just kind of get a layout as to where everything is going to be on the canvas and whether things are proportionate or not. It's just a little hack I've used. To get the keyhole started, you're going to want to go ahead and start by drawing a circle. Typically where you want like the head to start, which for me it's about in the middle of the actual canvas itself, because when I look at a painting, the first thing you look at is in the center of it, just to catch the viewer's attention. But once you get your circle down, what you want to go ahead and is put the point of your triangle kind of in the middle of where the canvas actually is, which you would find that by drawing the lines. Again, like I said, everything doesn't have to be perfectly drawn out. It's just kind of get a sketch or a layout as to where you want to put your paint. So when you do put your paint down, you kind of know where to put it because you can't pick that back up. Whereas you have a pencil, you can erase it. So those are just helpful tips. You guys don't have to do any of this part now if you don't want to. You can honestly fast forward, which I can go ahead and drop down below the timestamp from when I'm actually using the paint if that is helpful for you guys. And once you have your circle and your triangle laid down, we're gonna go ahead and start doing like the metal doorknob frame part of it. We're gonna go ahead and start creating an oval shape. And I'm gonna go ahead and mirror that on this other side as well. And now we pretty much have like the layout for the basics. And I wanna also, like I mentioned before, give it a nice border. So I'm gonna go around that original half circle, half oval I did. Evenly spaced out to create a nice border. Just to give it, the painting like a, I don't know, I think it would add like a nice 3D perspective once you add in the proper shading, and the painting won't seem as flat. But it's honestly up to the artist or the, well yeah, it's honestly up to the artist and how they prefer to do it, but this is just like my way. So I'm going to go ahead again and mirror that onto the other side. Going through. Once we have our nice border around there, what I would like to do or incorporate in my actual painting is adding screws into it, just because I think that would make the painting a little bit more realistic versus like childlike, because I don't know, this looks pretty rough right now. That's the point of it, it's a rough draft. So right above the actual initial circle that we drew, I want to put 2 more circles about center, both above and below the actual keyhole. To get the screw effect, you just want to draw a line. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now to kind of clean up the drawing, what I'll do is like erase this inside, and from there I'll kind of shape it. It's kind of like makeup in a way. But this is just to kind of clean up the painting, so then when I actually get the paint, I know where everything goes, and it will make the process a lot faster and, in my opinion, a lot more efficient. Just because once you know where everything goes, you won't have to like worry about making mistakes so much, because I told you with paint you can't pick it back up. Now you can cover it, but it's just from personal experience. Trust me, I wouldn't guide you the wrong way. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on cleaning up the shape that we made. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it because like I feel like I'm not functioning that well. Also, it's time for our sippy sip because I haven't had a sippy sip in a minute. So food makes my heart so happy, oh my god. But now I kind of want to get into the actual painting aspect of this. So to get started, what I'm going to do is kind of create a light blue. To do that, you will have to use both your blue and your white and mix them together to get the desired light blue that you like. This is the shade of blue I got. This is honestly a really pretty blue. So this light blue I'm going to put in the center portion of my keyhole, just because when everything's finished, I want it to look like you're looking through a beautiful day that has a little bit of clouds, and it's like all the daydream to me. To me, it's my daydream. This is where I go, which is in nature. Anyway, you're gonna go ahead and start painting your inside keyhole, because I think that it's easier to work from the inside out, because you don't want to have your paint smudge from you working from like outside in, because like your wet paint will be on the outside. You want to work from inside out, so like you'll still have dry area from the other areas that you're working from, like on the way out. That way nothing will get, I guess, messed up. It's just a tip that I've learned, and it honestly made working a little bit easier. So what I'm going to go ahead and work on next is going to be the background, which for the gold, I'm going to go ahead and put a light yellow as the base coat. So when I put the gold on, it's not as flat looking, because then I'll do the shading with a little bit of browns, which I'll show you guys how to create that later on in this video. So for the gold, I'm just going to go ahead and put just the normal yellow paint. White, I'm going to go ahead and see what shade that comes up with, which is, to be honest, It's this very beautiful yellow that looks like it could be perfect for like Easter egg or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just go on this outside areas, like around the keyhole, because that's where I would like to have the gold paint. Which I'm gonna be mindful of how I place it, just because like I don't want it to oversect into the blue too much, because as you guys know, when you mix blue and yellow together, you get what? Green. Thank you for knowing color theory. I appreciate that. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is putting the base coats down, just because like when I like to paint, I like to have everything covered and then build on top of that. But once you have your base coat, I feel like it just makes the painting a little bit more easier to see which route you want to actually take it. Alright, now that we have our base yellow coat down, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the actual door background, which I mentioned before I wanted it to be red. So I'm going to go ahead and go around and do a nice light red around the borders, which if you guys haven't noticed a trend by now, for all my base coats, I like to keep it lighter because it's easier to make things darker versus making it lighter. Go ahead and cover your background with like your light red or whatever shade you prefer your door to be. We're just going to apply that to both the edges of our canvas and around the yellowish that will be gold area. I think your canvas looks a lot cleaner when you go from like edge to edge though, personally, just because like when you're looking at something white, why the fuck would you want to see the white top? That sounds so rude. Why would you want to see like an unfinished white top when it could have been finished if the artist wasn't lazy? That's just how my brain translated it, because it's canvas that is like opportunity in a way, and you should always take advantage of the opportunity that you're given. So you're gonna go ahead and get that nice base coat around. Bring it around town. No, I'm kidding. I feel like I'm doing a really good job considering. This kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse store. Oh my god, I am like cutting in the edges on this like no other. This is my red background for my door. Oops. For my door. I'm gonna go pee and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna go ahead and do the yellow again. Be right back.